7 things you may not know about Medicare, next on Retiring Today. Welcome to Retiring Today. I'm Molly Nelson here with Loren Merkle and AnnaMarie Morrow. AnnaMarie is the Director of Medicare at Merkle Retirement Planning, and Loren is a certified financial planner, a certified financial fiduciary, and a retirement income certified professional. Today, we want to teach you 7 things you might not know about Medicare, and who better to help us do that than AnnaMarie Morrow, the Director of Medicare here at Merkle Retirement Planning. AnnaMarie, you work directly beside, in the same offices, in the same space as the retirement planners here.
I do, and we have a lot of fun. You know, what we do is we correlate with each other and talk about, income planning strategies, tax planning strategies, which most people are surprised to find out has a lot to do with Medicare.
Not only do we have a lot of fun, the families and individuals that we serve have a lot of fun as well. It was just last week, I was meeting with a couple. We've been working with them for a long time, and we were just tweaking some of their income plan because they've been on Medicare for a number of years as well. And we got done with our conversation. I got up to shake their hands, and I was shaking his hand, and he just is beaming because I said, AnnaMarie, we'll go get AnnaMarie. She'll be in next to talk about Medicare. He's just smiling from ear to ear. He goes, I love AnnaMarie. She just makes everything so simple. And that is the point of everything that we do, is there's a lot of complex decisions, oftentimes permanent decisions you have to make, not only as you retire, but also, like this couple, many years into retirement. And you want to make sure you are getting these decisions right. Making it easier, making it simple is at the heart of what we do.
Okay, let's see if we can put smiles on the faces of the people that are watching, because hopefully they'll learn something about Medicare today that you didn't know. Number 1 on 7 things you might not know about Medicare: you could pay more if you enroll late. Nobody wants to pay more, AnnaMarie.
That's right, and we don't see a lot of penalties that people are paying these days. I mean, you probably know if you're getting inundated with all the mail, it has to do with penalties, most of it, especially from Social Security. And there's enough communication with employers to employee on, hey, if you are on this plan, it's not qualified, you need to enroll in Medicare, or vice versa. So basically, to bypass a penalty at retirement over the age of 65, there's just one extra form that your employer needs to complete on your behalf, confirming that you have had qualified coverage since turning age 65. And if you're not quite 65 and are already retired, your enrollment period begins 3 months prior to your 65th birthday. And we like to start that process immediately so we don't have a delay in coverage or that penalty hanging over our heads.
That part is probably a surprise for a lot of viewers, because they do get inundated really starting at age 64. Text messages, phone calls, letters in the mail, and sometimes even people show up on your doorstep, and at the front of all that communication is, if you don't, penalty, penalty, penalty. So a lot of people come to us and say, how do we avoid these penalties? Aren't I going to be penalized? So that's probably a surprise to a lot of viewers.
Yeah, and that's why that's one of the biggest rewards for me to hear is that I make, our individual we work with said I make it so easy because Medicare is not easy. And people are showing up on doorsteps, which is illegal, by the way, so you can hold that against them. But they're just getting so much information and mail, and how do I choose? I mean, it's this big behemoth. So that's what we do, is we sit down, streamline information to the families and individuals that we serve, and weed out all the extra noise so that, yes, we can hear, oh, that was easy.
Number 2, you have options. This is where the letters come in.
All the letters, A, B, C, and D. AB is original Medicare, which was not created to be a retiree's sole form of health insurance. So that's why we talk about C, which are supplements, and D, the drug card.
Number 3, let's talk about the fact that Medicare isn't free.
Medicare is not free. As long as you or your significant other, your spouse, has worked a qualified number of quarters, Part A, there is no cost to it because you've already paid for it. But Part B, that does have a monthly premium, and this is dictated by income. This is a lot where our correlating with one another comes into play. Because let's say you are electing Medicare in 2024. they will look back at 2022 at what your modified adjusted gross income was that year. And if you are above certain income ranges, they will notify you that you will have a higher Part B premium.
Okay, so there's some gaps in care. A and B won't cut it for most people, so they have to look at a supplement. And when you help people choose a supplement, a lot of times what you talk about is how you're going to pay for the supplement. That helps them narrow down the choice.
It is, and this is what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about your difference in options as far as a traditional supplement versus the Advantage plan goes. As we go through these options, just keep in mind, whichever option you choose to go with, you are entitled to the exact same medical coverage. It's just the opposite in how you pay for it. So for example, if you go with the traditional supplement plan, these are all the letters you hear about, so F, G, K, N. And the reason why there are so many letters, each letter fills in different gaps. The way these plans work is you pay an upfront monthly premium, which is based on age and inflation. So you can anticipate higher premiums year after year. And on the back end, you generally have a less out-of-pocket max than you do on the Advantage plan. And the way these plans work is we are seeing $0 monthly premium or a very low monthly premium, and you pay set copays as you go in for care up until you hit that plan's out-of-pocket max, which is a lot like what you and I are used to. So a lot of times I hear, oh, $0, I'm generally healthy. Why wouldn't I go that route? I actually recommend taking it from a different vantage point. Let's think of it in terms of, should the worst happen to me? Am I okay hitting the out-of-pocket max on that plan? Because there is health underwriting in the future should you choose to change between these types of options. The next we'll talk about is the drug card, Part D. There are two ways you can elect a drug card. The first is if you are on a traditional supplement, then you would have a stand-alone prescription drug card. So you'll have another monthly premium for that, and then copays at refill time. On the Advantage plan, these plans have drug cards built into them. So there is no separate monthly premium. You'll just have copays at refill time. The next difference we'll discuss is on the ancillary benefits. So that would be dental, vision, hearing. The traditional supplement, again, that's just medical coverage. So if you do need dental, vision, or hearing, this would be another monthly premium you'll pay for that coverage. On the Advantage plan, these benefits vary pretty widely on Advantage plans. They're different within each county, and there's a number of different options there, all with different coverage for dental, vision, hearing. So that could be part of the funneling process to help you find the Advantage plan that suits what you need as far as that coverage goes. And then last but not least, this is a really big, important one, is about networks. On the traditional supplement plan, you don't need to worry about a network. You can go anywhere within the United States and have that coverage. You don't need to worry if your doctor is contracted in or out of network. The world is basically yours there. The United States is basically yours there for the traditional supplement. On the Advantage plan, however, again, these are a lot like what you and I are used to. These are HMO, PPO plans. HMO meaning if you do go out of network, if your provider no longer contracts with that Advantage plan carrier, you could be liable for 100% of the cost for your care. PPO means you could still go out of network, but be prepared for a higher copay up towards a higher out-of-pocket max. Keeping in mind, as we go through this, you're entitled to the same medical coverage, but you do want to take a look at this as far as, should the worst happen to me, am I okay with going this route?
I think that's a great way to look at it. A lot of times people will ask us in the visits, the retirement planners, original Medicare or Advantage plan, especially around the season when all those Advantage plan commercials come out. But that's a really simplistic way to look at it. Very, very much the same type of coverage. It's just how do you pay for it? And then again, that's why it's so important for us to work together, because we can build, whether it's original Medicare premiums and some of the other costs, or Advantage plan and some of the costs out of pocket expenses, we can build that into the income plan to determine, what if this happens? Here's how you're going to pay for it. And then here's the long-term implications of the overall retirement plan as well. But I thought that was a very simplistic and easy way to look at it.
Those are the adjectives I like to hear.
We'll continue talking about some of the things you might not know about Medicare and answer questions we received from you during our Journey to Retirement workshop next.
You dream of a happy retirement, but there are some big questions to answer first. Do I have enough saved? When should I take Social Security? How will I pay for health care and keep up with inflation? Go to merkleretire.com to schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call to talk directly with a retirement planner and get answers to your important retirement questions. The first step to your retirement starts with a 15-minute retirement checkup call.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
The Merkle Retirement Planning Team provides personable and professional expertise unrivaled in this area. They include us in every step of the planning process. The peace of mind provided to us by the Merkle team allows us to fully enjoy this special time of our lives. Instead of feeling snakebit, we feel confident that with the Merkle Retirement Planning Team at our sides, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Welcome back to Retiring Today. It's time for your journey, your questions. This is when we answer questions that we've received from you during our online Journey to Retirement workshop. This is a question that we got recently from Cindy. Cindy L wants to know, is there an upper age limit for the Roth conversion?
And the answer to that question is no. You could be 100 years old, 120 years old, and still convert to Roth if you so choose. The answer, should I convert, should I not convert, all comes down to what your individual plan is, based on the income you have coming in, based on the perceived income that we think you're going to have down the road, based on the tax rates that you're paying right now. A lot of factors influence how much and if, but you can be whatever age, you can still convert.
And there's also not a limit on the amount of money you can convert though either, right?
That's correct. There used to be a limit on Roth conversions as far as the amount you can convert, but no longer. You can convert an unlimited amount. That doesn't necessarily mean you should convert $1 million over in 1 year. Now, some people that might make sense, but for most people, you want to fill up a tax bracket that is appropriate for you based on all the factors of your plan. It could be a substantial amount, or it could be a very small amount, or zero.
You also want to look at what it will do to your Medicare premiums and weigh, because we know premiums are based on your income.
That's where we team up, and this is where we have a lot of fun in showing how powerful it is to have that overall retirement plan. Because yes, that Part B, when you're on Medicare, every year they do a 2-year look back on what your modified adjusted gross income was. So just because you don't have an increase 1 year, that does not mean you'll have it the next year. And Roth conversions are a part of that. So we get together, review the tax bracket, we review those Medicare income ranges so we can make that holistic decision together.
And by making sure we understand how your Medicare premiums are impacted by any of those income decisions, including Roth conversions, that eliminates surprises. Just because you have an increase in Medicare premiums doesn't mean you don't want to convert over a certain limit, but it certainly means you should know about those ramifications and the increased premium costs just to make sure that is in fact a good decision for you.
And I'm guessing that Cindy asked about the Roth conversions during the Journey to Retirement workshop, because that is one of the strategies that the hypothetical couple that's the star of the workshop use, but it's a strategy that's really powerful for them as they try to live out their retirement vision.
Well, we show that Roth conversion strategy in the tax planning section of the online Journey to Retirement workshop, where we show you how John and Sue save 6 figures, over $100,000 off of their retirement tax bill by incorporating just a basic strategy like Roth conversions. But they do have some very specific goals that they're trying to accomplish in retirement. And we walk you through all of the different strategies that they incorporate to make sure that they can hit their goals. Now, your goals are probably going to be a little bit different. That's okay. You still want to implement strategies, and there's a lot of strategies that you can take directly from the online Journey to Retirement workshop, implement almost immediately to help you on your way to retirement.
And it's fun because the workshop starts with John and Sue. We outline their goals. John wants to golf a little bit more. Sue wants to go to the Civic Center. And then we say, hey, how can help John and Sue do this? And step by step, you learn the decisions John and Sue have to make. And yes, taxes, investments, income, all of that comes in. But AnnaMarie, you're part of this Journey to Retirement workshop too, because you help them make Medicare decisions.
We dive into those letters, what Medicare means, the differences, pros and cons of your options, but also more importantly, how it fits into the overall retirement plan and what goals and dreams and confidence we can give the stars of the show as they're heading through retirement.
One of the hardest parts about retirement planning is so many people don't have a good comprehensive understanding of what a retirement plan is, and that's perfectly normal because we have always been taught that our 401ks, our IRAs, our investments are our retirement plan. But then you get on the doorsteps of retirement and you start to realize you have to make so many more decisions than just the investments. And that's why we built our proprietary retirement plan, which is the Retire Secure Roadmap. It includes 6 pillars that should be involved in everybody's retirement plan. The first pillar is the lifestyle. That's the fun stuff. The fun stuff you're going to do over the course of your retirement. And then those other 5 pillars are all the financial ways that you can accomplish the lifestyle pillar of your retirement. That's the income, taxes, healthcare, investments, and legacy pillars of this overall plan. And in the online Journey to Retirement workshop, we walk you through all 6 of John and Sue's pillars to help you understand what are some of the strategies they implement to accomplish those very specific goals, so you can take some of those strategies and implement them yourself.
AnnaMarie, who should sign up for the online Journey to Retirement workshop?
If you're 57 and older and you want to feel that confidence as you head through retirement or just are preparing for retirement, understanding what that looks like, this workshop is a great fit. I mean, we even talk about healthcare under the age of 65 because we meet with people every day who don't want to wait until Medicare eligibility. It's super, super powerful to have in your back pocket. A lot of information, again, about 57 and older to feel that confidence heading into those choices.
You can learn about the online Journey to Retirement workshop by going to retirewithmerkle.com. Choose a time and a date that works for you. Sign up for the Journey to Retirement and get ready to go on a journey with John and Sue. Meet them. They're a pretty interesting couple, and you'll see the decisions they make. Also, a lot of this stuff translates to singles as well. So the decisions they make look a lot like decisions that you'd make if you're single in retirement. We'll continue talking about 7 things you might not know about Medicare next.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
Anytime I have even the smallest question about my accounts or what effect the latest tax law might have on my situation, the Merkle Retirement Planning Team is always there and quick to help. I'm so glad they treat you like family. I'm so happy to have such an excellent team working for my future and ensuring I do the best to achieve my financial goals.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Do you wonder if you have enough saved for retirement? Will your money last as long as you do? Will taxes, healthcare costs, and inflation derail your retirement? Get answers. Schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call today. We can cover a lot in 15 minutes, including strategies you can implement now to start your retirement journey. Schedule a call at merkleretire.com. The first step to a confident retirement starts with a simple phone call.
Welcome back to Retiring Today. I am here with Loren Merkle and AnnaMarie Morrow, and we are talking about 7 things you might not know about Medicare. Number 4, you enroll in Medicare through Social Security.
Yes, you enroll through Social Security. When you're in your initial enrollment period, meaning turning age 65, you can just log on to ssa.gov and enroll in your Medicare A and B. If you're over the age of 65, you send your election forms into Social Security. What's crazy, and a lot of what people don't know, is that when they send you your Medicare card, it is not coming from Social Security. And most people throw it away because they're expecting it to come from Social Security.
We've gotten so much junk mail over the course of the last 12 months.
Yes.
Here's just another piece, because oftentimes people do say it looks like junk mail.
It absolutely does. So what you want to do is keep your eye out for anything from the Department of Health and Human Services or CMS, which is Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
Number 5, you don't have to sign up at 65. Sometimes people feel the pressure because they've been getting so much mail.
Yes, there's so much threatening dialogue under electing at age 65. But if you or your spouse is continuing to work over the age of 65, what you do want to make sure that you cover with your employer is if the healthcare plan you're on is considered Medicare qualified. If it is, you do not have to elect Medicare at age 65. However, if you are on COBRA, under the age of 65, if you're on COBRA or a marketplace plan like Obamacare through healthcare.gov, then you do need to elect Medicare at age 65.
And then if your employer isn't on the covered, what you said there,
if it's
then
not,
you may have to elect too if you're working?
Yes, okay. If you're not on a qualified coverage Medicare plan through work, typically that's less than 20 employees, then yes, you'll want to go ahead and enroll in Medicare. And just the way to bypass that Part B penalty is having your employer complete that form at retirement, confirming you've had qualified coverage since you turned age 65.
And do you guys find this usually goes pretty easy for people? Like, are their employers pretty well versed in this when they talk to them about it?
Yeah, employers are aware of the form. It's staying on top of the employer to make sure they get that form back to you. Because some fine print on that, you need that form signed. They need a date on it that's within 3 months of your separation of service. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get ahead of the game and have my employer fill this out 6 months or a year in advance, you'll have to do it again within 3 months of your separation of service.
And that's where things could be a little more problematic, because employers or HR is not necessarily just waiting for this form. I mean, there's a lot of other things. So some employers, HR departments are really responsive, but it's going to be incumbent upon you to take the initiative and then continue to follow up with it to make sure you get all the information you need in the time that you need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great tip. Number 6, there is no Medicare family plan.
There's no Medicare family plan. That is a question I get a lot, because you'd think, hey, Medicare family plan, can I save a few dollars? Unfortunately not. Everyone will have their own Part B premium. And really, it comes down to everyone needs different coverage. I don't take the same medications my husband does, and that's generally the case with Medicare. And so every drug card covers different medications. So that kind of just avoids that underlying risk that you would take if there were family plans.
Number 7, you aren't stuck with the same plan forever.
No, mark it on your calendars every year, October 15th to December 7th. This is where we make sure that you're set up for success the following year. Because even if your medical needs or your drug card needs, your medication needs haven't changed, these plans can and typically do change year after year. So annual enrollment, this is our time to make sure that we move you to a drug card that fits your needs the best, or if you're needing to switch your supplement, the way you fill those gaps, that's our opportunity to do so as well.
And I hear you saying we, but for some people watching, they're saying, who's the we? Who's the we? But that's what you do for the family.
That's what we do.
So you reach out to them. I think a letter goes out first, and then you talk to them about their prescriptions, and then you look at the plans that are available. Sometimes they stay on the one they're on, and then sometimes they switch. But that's a process and a really important piece of having AnnaMarie right here at Merkle Retirement Plan.
Yeah, we try to take a lot of the moving parts off the table and make them slow down quite a bit. Even when it comes down to filing for Medicare, filing for Social Security, we do that for most of the families and individuals that we serve. It might seem easy, and it is easy to us because we've done it hundreds of times, but when you do that for the very first time, it can seem a little bit more complex. So we just take as many moving parts out as we can and make it as simple as we can.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. I'm the type of person who doesn't want to put all these dates on the calendar, so to ease some of these decisions for people is really important.
And that's why I like meeting with the families and individuals we serve anywhere from 4, 6 to 8 months in advance, because at that visit, we do review timelines. Hey, you don't need to worry about the timelines of this. Our team will reach out to you to coordinate what the next step is along the way.
And you said coordinate, and I think about retiring as a big, big coordination of, you called the Retire Secure Roadmap. That makes a lot of sense. A map will hopefully get you where you want to go. And to understand what's coming, I really think meeting John and Sue is helpful for people.
John and Sue, our hypothetical couple in our online Journey to Retirement workshop. One of the most favorite things that I like about that workshop is it's easy. It's easy. Retirement planning at the surface seems really complex, but attending this workshop is very simple. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can have some snacks. You can have dinner. You can have a watch party if you want to. It is completely complimentary. It doesn't cost you anything to have the whole neighborhood, your whole group of friends who are looking to retire.
The big screen. Get the big screen out.
And who have to make all these decisions. The decisions can be daunting. I mean, you know it. You're talking to your friends who are in a very similar situation, have to make these decisions. And how many opinions do you get just about one question like, when do you take Social Security? I mean, the opinions just come in because everybody has one, but there's a lot of confusion around what is right. Through the online Journey to Retirement workshop, you can identify through the strategies that John and Sue implement, what strategies could work for you, what strategies are definitely off the table based on what it is you're trying to accomplish. So it's fun, it's easy, it's complimentary, and you can gather a whole bunch of information in a very condensed period of time.
I bet supplements are like that too. Which supplement are you on? Which supplement did you choose? A lot of opinions.
Oh, yes.
People have.
Yes, that's a big one, especially on the Advantage plan, because there are so many extra fun benefits a part of those plans. But I'm glad we're talking about this, because a big fine print on that is these Advantage plans change county to county. So if my cousin who's recommending, oh, if I'm on this great Advantage plan, you need to get on this one. Well, they're in Northwest Iowa. I'm sorry, that plan is not available to you. So yeah, I'm glad we're talking about that, because that's a big factor when going through those options too.
Look at that, just one more piece of information. It just keeps coming.
And we'll make it 8 things you didn't know about Medicare. So making the decision based on your situation, not your neighbors, not your friends, not the people that you know in the county over that might have a totally different supplement. Making the decision based on your retirement vision. That's what the Journey to Retirement will help you do. Sign up for the online workshop by going to retirewithmerkle.com. You choose a time and a date that works for you, and then it's easy. Get to meet John and Sue and see the decisions they make, and you'll learn a lot about retirement. You'll also learn a lot about retirement on this show. It's Retiring Today, and we thank you for watching.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
You dream of a happy retirement, but there are some big questions to answer first. Do I have enough saved? When should I take Social Security? How will I pay for health care and keep up with inflation? Go to merkleretire.com to schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call to talk directly with a retirement planner and get answers to your important retirement questions. The first step to your retirement starts with a 15-minute retirement checkup call.